Hi everyone, Mr. Peabody here. Just thought I'd share with you. Yesterday I bought myself a new mobile phone. And so I bought a new mobile phone. And I thought, well, I don't like smartphones, but with this day and age, with all the QR cards, QR codes they want, and they want all your information about whether you've been vaxxed or not. That is necessary in WA. There's no way around it. You have to show that information. I thought, well, I'll have to ditch the flip phone and get myself a smartphone. Anyway, so I went and got myself a smartphone, which was the Vivo Y3S. Right now, this, as you can see, is a little bit different to this, which is what I was using. This was my normal phone, and I enjoyed this phone. I only use it as a phone, and it's small, it's light. I only charge it once a week, so I ended up with this thing. And as you know, all the modern phones these days, they've all got a built-in battery, so you can't remove the battery, you can't change it. But I thought, well, of all the phones that I had a choice of, this one was the best, right? Because I thought, well, I'll only use it as a phone, but if I'm going to use it as anything else, I'd use it as a camera. And this had the best camera. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like, this is a cheap phone, right? It's not cheap for me, but it's a cheap phone. As far as the market goes, this is a cheap phone, okay? So, but for the price and what it was, it had the best camera. And it's actually got a few other features in there, which I'd probably never use, but it does have a lot of RAM. It's got a lot of storage in it. It's a dual carrier, so it's like it does a whole lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect in a cheap phone, but it's pretty good. And it's got this funky color in the back, and it comes with this plastic thing that goes over it. So for its price, it's not bad, but it doesn't come with a manual. No manual, and I'm assuming that it's somewhere in there. I mean, I've read through some of it, but I haven't read through all of it. Somewhere in there, it's going to tell me somewhere online to go to read how to use this phone, because this is a tricky thing to use. I'm used to Samsungs, and anybody that uses a Samsung, or anybody that's used to Apple phones, they know exactly how to use an Apple phone. Right? Anybody that's used to Samsungs, they know exactly what to use on a Samsung phone. This is not Samsung, this is Vivo. So this is a completely different setup, and it's completely confusing, even just to turn it on. So like, I could turn it on, here we go. But check this out. Oh fuck, that'd be right. Now it works. But you have to brush back and forwards in order to get it to turn on, so you've got a screen that you can actually use. Plus, it won't link into my computer. Right? First time I plugged it into the computer, that was to charge it up, but it also gave me an option to link the phone to the computer. So I told the phone to allow access from the computer, and it didn't do it. It just said, can't be done. Can't be done. So I went into the computer and I said, well, can you link to the phone? And it said, no, there's nothing there. So I don't know what I have to do to link this into the computer. But for the other feature, as I said, I'm only going to use this as a phone, but the only other feature I'd be using would be the camera. And if I can't link this into the computer, there's no point to the camera. Anyway, so I've got to go online somewhere and read the manual for this thing. But this is what really, really aches me. You know how like a lot of things, if you don't understand what you need to do or how to work something, you can go on YouTube and just type it up. It's like, how do you use this? And a whole lot of things will pop up. It doesn't matter what it is. You'll get an answer for whatever question you put in there. How do I remove the battery on this car? And something will pop up and it'll tell you how to remove the battery. because some cars, they're not too easy with the batteries. But everything I type up on this phone, everything. I even typed up how to use this phone in English, and it still popped up with everybody talking fucking Indian. Don't put your YouTube video on there with an English title if you are not going to speak English in the video. It doesn't help. If you said, it's in Indian, we're going to put subtitles in it, maybe that would help, but there's no subtitles. They carry on talking. Well, I've seen Chinese, I've seen Indian, and a couple of others, all talking foreign languages, all listed and typing up the description of the video in English. And yes, you're getting a lot of views on your videos. Why? Because you typed it in English. But as soon as someone starts watching it, they can't understand a word you're saying. So please, if you're trying to give information, at least put subtitles up, please. But I haven't come across a single YouTube video explaining this phone in English. So I'm wondering, I'm seriously thinking I've got the wrong phone. As I said, I got this phone because for the price it was, and the other phones I was looking at, this was the better option. But it's not the better option if it doesn't do what I needed to do. Anyway, see ya.